Jai Sri Krishna. In this session, we will continue our study of chapter 18 of the Bhagavad Gita. So, this session basically talks about self-realization. How can one realize the self? Self means the divinity inside. There is divine force inside us itself. So, realization of that, uh, how it can be done? What is the state? What should be the thought? Which makes us eligible to self-realization. So this session talks about that. So let's recite the verses and look into the meaning and significance of this. O Sri Bhagwan Vach Asaktah buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigat sprihah Naiskarmya siddhim paramam sannyasena सिद्धिं प्राप्तो यथा ब्रह्म तथाप्नोति निबोध मे समासेनैव कौन्तेय निष्ठा ज्ञानस्य या परा. Lord Krishna says, one who is free from attachment is self-disciplined and is devoid of desires attains the supreme perfection of Naiskarmya. That is freedom from the bondage of work. Okay, so work many times is the cause of our misery and pain. In fact, that only is the cause of our misery and pain. So, when one is free from attachment, it's self-disciplined, he understands the knowledges that Lord Krishna has talked about in the previous session about what is knowledge, and action, determination, doer, and difference between these because of the material nature, because of the material make of ours. So with all these understanding, freedom from attachment, self-discipline, and being free from desire helps attain the supreme state. What is supreme state? Freedom from the bondage of karma. And that is possible through self-renunciation. That is sannyas or tyag. So the practice of renunciation leads one to progressively elevate to the state of Brahman. So elevation to the state of Brahman is freedom from the gunas that is due to our material existence. Freedom from the impacts which are due to our material existence. So that is the elevation to the state of Brahman. So basically it is culmination of a spiritual state wherein we fully align ourselves in a spiritual dimension. And this is what is self-realization. A realization rooted in profound knowledge and a spiritual awareness which Lord Krishna is about to share. बुद्धिया विशुद्धया युक्तो धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा रागद्वेषौ वयुधस्य च विविक्तसेवी लघवाशी यत वक्कायमानसः ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यं वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः अहंकारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं विमुच्य निर्ममः शांतो ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते. Lord Krishna talks about the methodology to reach the state of Brahman. That is to establish ourselves in a spiritual dimension to the maximum possible extent. Okay, being a physical body, being inside the physical body, we cannot be completely free from the materialistic dimension. But yes, reaching that state is possible through following the methodology that Lord Krishna is talking about. So what he is telling, with a purified intellect aligned with divinity, steadfastly controlling the wandering senses, our senses keep wandering, we have to control it, and freeing oneself from the attachments like love and hatred. So emotions are not valued or glamorized in a spirituality. Okay, that is of value in movies, especially Hindi movies. But in Adhyatma, emotion is not something good. You should have compassion. That is of precious value. But emotion in itself, love, hatred, these are useless things. So with this, one can progress towards ultimate spiritual realization. Residing in a secluded place, consuming modestly, maintaining control over the body, mind, and speech, practicing regular meditation, and being firmly established in Vairag. Very powerful word. Vairag means detachment. No attachment to anything, anything material, whether it is a relationship or, it's a house, car, whatever. Okay. So that Vairag. With these, one can cultivate the path to self-realization by renouncing ego, power, pride, desire, anger, and the sense of ownership, and embracing inner peace. An individual can attain the ultimate spiritual goal, that is self-realization. So very powerful methodology that Lord Krishna is talking about. If followed, then definitely we can attain that state where to the great extent we will be free from pain and miseries, which are due to worldly existence. He further says, Brahmabhutah prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samah sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhate param bhaktya mam bhijanati yavanyaschasmi tattvatah tato mam tattvato gyatva vishite tadanantaram. One who has attained the state of Brahman means one who is aligned or established in a spiritual dimension, neither worries nor desires, remaining unaffected by dualities. Such a person treats everyone with impartiality, seeing the same divine essence in all being, thereby attains a spiritual perfection. Lord Krishna further emphasizes the significance of devotion. He explains that through unwavering devotion, means faith in the divinity, one can truly know him and he is in his ultimate reality. So one can truly know him tattvatah, not like some imagination. Okay, we imagine something and label divinity to it. No. So one can truly know him as he is in his ultimate reality. Upon realizing this truth, one transcends the miseries and pains of material existence and becomes fully established in a spiritual dimension, experiencing eternal peace and fulfillment. He further says, सर्वकर्मण्यपि सदा कुर्वाणो कुर्वाणो मद्यपाश्रयः मत्प्रसादात् अवाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदमव्ययम् चेतसा सर्वकर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः बुद्धियोगम् उपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव. Matchittam satata bhava means again establishing in a spiritual dimension. Lord Krishna explains that those who, despite engaging in all worldly activity, because we are human being, we are material being, and that is a fact. So we have to engage in worldly activity. But with this thought, with the faith in divinity, despite engaging in all worldly activities, we can remain firmly established with Him, firmly established in Him, and this state is His blessing. This state, we will definitely be blessed by Lord Krishna and will ultimately attain the eternal spiritual position. And that is the ultimate goal of all seekers. So by mentally, by mentally renouncing attachment to worldly actions, worldly things, and surrendering the expectation of specific outcomes, one becomes deeply rooted in Him. You do your duty. We are worldly beings, so do your duty. You have to do duty, to satisfy your hunger, to take care of basic needs of your body. But mentally renounce attachment to all worldly things, all worldly actions, and surrender the expectation of a specific outcome of your action to Him, and become deeply rooted in Him. When you come to this state, you are in the state of Satchidananda, a state of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, marked by unshakable happiness and contentment. So unless and until we mentally prepare ourselves, that's why meditation is required. It's a mental practice. It's a mental exercise. So through this mental exercise, through meditation, we can free ourselves from desire. We can free ourselves from the attachment to worldly objects. We can establish ourselves in a spiritual dimension. And all these will take us to the state of Satchidananda, unshakable happiness and contentment. Lord Krishna further says, Macchittah sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi ath cheti tvam ahankarat na shoshyati vinakshati yadahankaram ashritya na yotse iti manyase मिथ्यैष व्यवसायस्ते प्रकृतिस्त्वं नियोक्ष्यति. Lord Krishna addresses Arjuna and he says, one who firmly establishes himself in me, that is in the ultimate divinity, in the spiritual dimension, despite all obstacles, receives my grace. So there is benefit. There is benefit of establishing oneself in a spiritual dimension, and if someone tries, if someone practices, if someone follows the methodology that Lord Krishna has suggested, he is definitely blessed. However, those who are driven by ignorance, those who reject these methodology, these guidances, are bound to ruin and self-destruction. When Lord Krishna speaks of listening to him, he wants that if driven by ego, you declare, so he is saying this to Arjun, if you declare that I will not fight, you will act against your true nature. That is the nature of Kshatriya, because Arjun belongs from fighter community. So in our previous session we talked about Shreyan Swadharmo Viguna. So one should follow what is his nature, what is his true nature. Arjun's true nature is that of fighter. He is a great warrior. So out of misunderstanding or out of arrogance, attachment, if you say I will not fight, and that too for righteousness, you will act against your true nature as Kshatriya. This is what Lord Krishna is telling. And such resistance leads you from your dharma and puts you on the wrong path, causing inner conflict and disharmony. Okay, so you establish yourself in the spiritual dimension, do all the worldly duties through removing all the attachment, fear, and greed for a specific outcome of your action. And once you perform, once you live like this, once you perform like this, you are free from the bondages of karma. And you are in a state where you get the eternal happiness and bliss. So this is the teaching from Lord Krishna in this session. We will continue with the remaining verses of chapter 18 in our upcoming session. Keep watching. Thank you very much.